This is the METS POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Mets. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Did that really just happen? For the first time since the 2024 postseason, the Mets won a game in which they were trailing after 8 innings. Tyrone Taylor sends it into extras, and the Mets win the Subway Series. Welcome into the Mets Postcast here live on the Locked On Mets YouTube channel, the Locked On Mets podcast feed. I'm your postcast host, Chris Schubert, attempting to break down it all here today on the show. Today's postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. Oh my word. The New York Mets, they showed the fight again. A game that they had no business coming back and winning here today. Yet we are having a post-game victory party. Tyrone Taylor's the guy that sends it into extras. Carson Benge, for the second time this week, is a walk-off hero. And the Mets have won 5 of their last 6 games. We start. It's been a theme all week. I don't know how sustainable it is, but the Mets have been the comeback kids.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All 6 games this week, all 6 of them, the 3 against Detroit, the 3 this weekend against the Yankees, they have trailed in every single one of them. In the Tiger series, they trailed by multiple runs in all 3 of those games. They came back to win all 3 against Detroit. They came back to win 2 of the 3 yesterday and today. The Mets have won 4 series from their last 5. As we mentioned, 5-1 over their last 6, 10-5 over their last 15, playing some of their best baseball. And I don't know how they keep doing it, but these are the games. These are the series that make me and should make you believe in this team. They are not rolling over. There's still a ton of work to be done. They're 20-26 after the win here today. But if you think that you can pack things in for the summer, if you think that these postcasts are going to be us talking about a bunch of young guys, bunch of prospects being called up because the Mets are going to be in a fire sale in a couple of weeks, this week, this weekend in particular, should tell you, hold off on those plans because the Mets want to have a say in all of this. It's an emotional weekend anytime you play the Yankees. It was an emotional weekend when you lose Clay Holmes the way the Mets did. It's an emotional weekend when you trail and come back the way you did on Saturday. And it was another emotional, fiery, gutsy was the word we used last night. Another one here today because this game had plenty of things that we could have harped on if they lost. We could have harped on Freddie Peralta not giving the Mets the length that we told you at the end of yesterday's postcast he needed to give if the Mets were going to have a chance. You saw what the Mets had to do with their bullpen here today. They had to basically ask Sean Manaea to clean it all up because they were trailing in the game. They used Luke Weaver the day before. They were utilizing their bullpen pretty heavy in the first 2 games of the series. And so the only guy that really was available if the game got close again was Devin Williams. And you saw him there in that 10th inning, keeping the Yankees off the board. We could have talked about that. We could have focused on that. We could have talked about for 2 straight days, we've gone in the time machine and gone back to 2009 because Bo Bichette now dropped the ball that was very similar to the Luis Castillo ball from 2009. We could have talked about those things. Tyrone Taylor overthrowing the cutoff man that directly allowed another Yankees run to score. We could have harped on all of those things, and those are things to keep an eye on here moving forward. But the Mets don't dwell on those mistakes. Just like Carson Benge last night made that bad play out in the field. He got a hit in his next at bat. By the way, you think he's thinking about misplaying that ball yesterday? Second time this week, Carson Benge has picked up a walk-off. Both Mets walk-offs this week, Carson Benge, the guy who delivered the walk-off RBI. These are the wins, man. These are the games that can inspire a team. These are the types of games, these are the types of series when you are faced with so much adversity. And the Mets in the first 46 games of this season have faced some self-inflicted adversity They have some adversity in terms of injuries that they don't have any control over, but you just keep knocking them down and they keep getting back up. We said it yesterday. It would stand to reason here today. They could have rolled over. They could have just not had it. Down to their last out tonight, and Tyrone Taylor delivers. And you give credit to AJ Ewing, you give credit to Carson Benge, you give credit to the young players that have inspired this group. You credit Tyrone Taylor for doing what he did here today in this one, makes that bad play out in the field. Two of them probably should have called off Bichette, overthrows the cutoff man, and he's in there, and he takes David Bednar deep for a game-tying 3-run home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning. You're thinking after Soto gets out that the Mets they're going to put together this little rally, and it's going to fall short. Tyrone Taylor sneaking one in. The left field foul pole. Place went absolutely nuts. This chair, I was sitting in this chair, getting ready to hit the go live button on a post-game show that was about the misplays, Freddie Peralta, the overworked bullpen, Bo Bichette needing to be moved around the lineup. That's what we were going to do. Had a different graphic, had a different rundown. Jumped out of this chair, almost knocked down the whole operation I got here. My camera, monitor, whole thing almost went tumbling over because it was just seemingly out of nowhere that the Mets came back to this game. It was 6-3, and it felt like it was 12-3 the way it happened. The way the Yankees put together that inning in the 6th where they scored the 4 runs, it felt like they scored double digits on the Mets in that inning. And the Mets just were hanging around close enough. David Bednar, first 2 guys he allowed on there in the 9th. A single by Benge, a single by Bichette. Tyrone Taylor's the hero. Tyrone Taylor's the guy that sends this thing into extras. And I saw somebody mention it in the YouTube live chat. Once the Mets got things to extras, you felt like the field was tilted heavily in their favor. I mean, we just got done. Ryan did his show last night as well, and he called last night the win of the season. That may have held the title for less than 24 hours because this one, I think, usurps it. This one, I think, needs to go at the top of the list. This was just absolutely incredible for the Mets, and this is what this team needs to do. They need to have moments like this. They need to keep fighting, and they are showing you that they're in this for the long haul because it's going to be the long haul if they are ultimately going to dig out of it. But I mean, how do you not feel like they're at least going to give this a fighting chance with what you've seen over the last 2 days, what you've seen over the last week and a half, 2 weeks? You got to feel like the fight is there. And if they're able to hang on, they got Washington and Miami coming up next. You can just hang on, get Lindor back, get Luis Robert back, Jorge Polanco. If you get all these guys back, boy, we talk about that snowball that becomes an avalanche. The Mets are kind of creating their own avalanche right now, and they did it to their crosstown rival. It always feels good to do it to the Yankees. It feels good after they win on Friday to battle back and win the next 2 in the way that you did. Boy, just a great way to cap off the weekend for the New York Mets, just seemingly out of nowhere. And they got it done. We'll tell you what's next up. We'll shout out some of the individual performances. I do want to have a Bo Bichette conversation because while he did have a hit tonight, I do think there needs to be a conversation about what the Mets do with him if he goes back into another rut after he snapped an 0 for 15 in this game tonight in the 9th inning. And it was a key hit, right? That run, absolutely vital for the Mets there in that 9th inning. We'll talk about it all here in just a second. The NBA playoffs are here and every possession matters. If you're looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel has a great offer to get you started. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets for just getting started. I like using FanDuel during the playoffs because everything I need is right there in one place. They've got stats, trends, matchups before I make my picks. Makes the whole experience feel a lot more informed. If you're looking at player props or you're just following your favorite stars, it adds another level of excitement to every game. It's an easy app to navigate, and it makes playoff basketball even more engaging from start to finish. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. Got a sweet tooth like I do? You know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why cotton candy 5-hour energy shots bring that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. This is that classic cotton candy taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I've always loved cotton candy, but can't be eating sweets all day long. This is the perfect alternative. It's super convenient, just a small portable shot that I can grab whenever I need a little pick-me-up. Bring on the sweetness with cotton candy 5-hour energy shots, available online now at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at some point, and that's exactly why HIMS offers a straightforward way to handle it. HIMS connects you with licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easy to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. Just a quick online intake you complete, and a provider will review your information. If treatment is right for you, it ships directly to your door in discreet packaging, which makes the whole experience feel private and stress-free. Straightforward, transparent, and designed to make getting care feel easy. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/lockedonmlb. That's hims.com/lockedonmlb for your free online visit. hims.com/lockedonmlb. Prescription required. See website for details and important safety information. Sildenafil is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC. HIMS is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris. Back here on the Mets Postcast, live on the Locked On Mets YouTube channel, the Locked On Mets podcast feed. Chris Schubert here with you, recapping the Mets winning against the New York Yankees. A walk-off, 7-6, down 6-3 in the ninth. Tyrone Taylor with the game-tying 3-run home run. And then it's Carson Benge with his second walk-off of the week. I still can't believe that the Mets actually won this game the way that they did here tonight or this afternoon. I mean, it's just incredible, the fight that this team continues to show. And you'll never question, at least I won't, the remainder of this season. We can't question the heart of this team. We can't question the commitment of this team. We can't question the willingness of this team. They want it. They want it really bad. And when they say, Juan Soto has said it a bunch here when the Mets have been going through, we know what's in front of us. We know what we want to do with this team, and we know we can do it. They believe that. That isn't just lip service. That isn't just words being said at the post-game availability to make fans happier. They actually mean it, and they actually believe it, and they are backing it up with the way that they are playing, because they are showing up every day at the office right now, showing up every day at the ballpark, and they are just finding a way. Every reason to lose this game today. Every reason. Bo Bichette misplaying a ball. Tyrone Taylor should have called him off. Tyrone Taylor overthrowing the runner. Freddie Peralta only giving you 5. 3 innings today. 3 separate innings. Let's just make sure I have this right. 3 different innings. The Mets walked consecutive batters. Freddie Peralta did it in the first. Freddie Peralta did it in the third. Freddie Peralta did it in the 6th. That 6th inning in particular, let's just break it down. Walk, sacrifice to move the runners over, hit by pitch, single, sacrifice. That's how the runs got scored for the Yankees. Walk, hit by pitch, allowed the bases to get loaded. And then Volpe, the 8-hitter, drives him in with a 2-run hit. Every reason to lose this game here today. Every reason. That 6th inning. You're just putting base runners on. The Mets pitching staff today. So, Freddie, Sean Manaea, Devin Williams. Let me just count this up. I think it's 9 walks in today's game. 9 walks. Again, had no business winning this baseball game. They did anyway. And for the first time since 2024, when they did it against the Brewers, when Pete Alonso hit the home run off of Devin Williams, The Mets have not won a game after trailing through 8 innings. They don't have a 9th inning comeback to their ledger. You can erase that. You can add one on there. They did it here today. Just incredible. Just absolutely incredible stuff here for the New York Mets. And I hope you're amped up at home. I hope you are amped up as I am after this game. I'm going to have to go take a lap around my neighborhood after this one today, because you're just resigned to series loss. You're resigned to same old Mets, the same old nonsense that we've been complaining about, right? They're not sharp. They're making mental mistakes. Bichette can't hit. All of it was all there on the table. Yet the Mets snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Just a quick note on Bo Bichette. He did get the hit. He snapped the 0 for 15. He is in a deep, deep slump. And I don't know if the one at bat changes things. I would think that they're not going to change anything now, but it does stand to reason that it's on the radar that if he goes back into a deep slump, the Mets are going to have to move him out of the 2 spot. The Mets right now, with the injuries that they have, every at bat is so critical for them. Every at bat is critical. And the guys that you put in the 1, 2, and 3 spots are the guys that over the course of a full season, over the course of a game, are going to get the most at-bats, right? That's the advanced analytics of why teams stack their lineups towards the top and why it's not the old school. Your power hitter hits 4, you're got a good leadoff guy 1. You take your 3 best hitters, you put them at the top. Bo Bichette's not one of the Mets' 3 best hitters right now. You think he can be. You think if everything's working correctly, he is one of the Mets' 3 best hitters, but it feels like you're doing it just on resume alone instead of actual results. And there will come a time where the Mets will need more out of that spot. So the hit today, hopefully that gets him going. I think they'll keep him there because he had the big hit there in the 9th to get a very important run on base. But yeah, we're starting to get to a place where it is alarming, the struggles that Bo Bichette has been going through. Doesn't have an extra base hit in his last 66 plus at bats. I mean, it's been really bad for Bichette. Also, credit to Devin Williams, credit to the Mets. Twice this week, they found themselves in extras at home and they limited it to no runs. I mean, I know I say this and it's going to sound kind of foolish because this is the Mets and we've seen stuff like this before, but it's an automatic win when you hold the opposition as the road team to no runs. I mean, it should just be an automatic, hey, we're gonna bunt the guy over. By the way, shout out AJ Ewing, his first professional sacrifice, huge in that spot. And the Mets got it done here today. It just absolutely incredible. Unbelievable. I saw somebody use that word in the YouTube live chat. I agree. Unbelievable victory. And just some great individual performances. Carson Benge with the walk-off hit. He had a single, got on base. AJ Ewing on base 4 times today and then had the sacrifice. So the only out that he made in this game was a purposeful one. Marcus Semien had 2 hits. Vientos with 2 hits. And then Tyrone Taylor with the big one. The game-tying 3-run home run. I mean, just incredible stuff. And you know what? We get to do it all again tomorrow. And you're looking forward to the Mets tomorrow when they will take on the Washington Nationals to start a 4-game series. And the best part about it all is we'll be right here on the Mets Postcast to break it all down. So down in Washington tomorrow, Christian Scott looks like he's going to be on the bump for the first game of this 4-game series. And the Mets are riding their most momentum that they have had all season. They take 2 of 3 from the New York Yankees. They do it in dramatic fashion. I would prefer them to not play these types of games the rest of the way, but you'll take them if they are wins the way they were the last 2 days. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you are notified when we go live for the Mets Postcast here on the Locked On Mets YouTube channel. Tyrone Taylor is the big hero. The Mets snatch the Subway Series from the Yankees. They snatch this game here today. They are playing some incredible baseball, and they're back at it again tomorrow against an NL East foe. They start a little 7-game road trip. Hopefully this momentum can keep on rolling. Until then, have a good one, Mets fans.